Hey guys, welcome to Teal House Farm. It's me and Goobs today. And we are going to the store. So we did a grocery haul video a couple weeks ago that everybody seemed to really like. And so we are actually going to show you our mid haul. So I do a big haul at the beginning of every month, which is what I had posted before, which costs somewhere between $300 and $400. And then I do weekly hauls on the weekends. And the biggest reason I don't just grocery shop one time a month, like you see a lot of channels doing, is because I can't store all of the like perishable goods like the milk and stuff. We only have one refrigerator. We have a second freezer, but we only have one refrigerator, and so that limits how much I can store. And so things like milk or fruit that really needs to stay in the fridge, I just don't have space for it. So every Saturday we go down to our local grocery store here where we live in the middle of nowhere. There's a tiny little grocery store. It is a little bit more expensive on some things, but I find that the fruit is really good quality, much better than an Aldi. And the milk's a little bit more expensive, but it's actually not terrible. So I do that once a week. The goal is usually to spend between $75 and $100. I will say this time I'm probably going to spend closer to $150 because I didn't go last Saturday. We've been very busy, and so we weren't really home drinking the milk and things, and I traveled with some of the kids for a few days, so we just weren't home eating the fruit and the milk as much, so we didn't have to go last Saturday. So this is kind of a doubling up haul to get those 2 weeks together, but I'm still going to get the same stuff, just more of it. So you'll get an idea of what we do at these weekly hauls that kind of fill in the blanks. The other thing I want to mention is sometimes I just go to our local market, which, like I said, can be a little bit more expensive on some things. It's much more expensive on things like meat and prepackaged foods. So you'll notice that I'm not going to be buying that stuff. That's what I bought. All of those things is what I buy that one time a month. We are also going to stop. We have a store. It's kind of like the military surplus of grocery stores. We have a tiny little Save-A-Lot, if you know what that is. It's like an Aldi, but less fancy. No specialty items, period. But, excuse me, I want to get a few prepackaged things, and the place to get that here, around here, is the Save-A-Lot, because it's much cheaper on those items, but there's no guarantee on what you're going to find. So I want to get some prepackaged, like pre-made dinner type things, because I am getting ready to travel again with some of the kids. I want to make sure Sam's got food at home that's very easy to cook while we're gone. So all that jabbering to say, come join us. We'll show you on these once a week hauls just kind of what we get to fill in the blanks. And if you're curious what we get at the beginning of the month haul, I'll post that video below so you can see the table all filled with all the stuff that's going to kind of hold us through most of the month. And then always somewhere around the 15th or the 20th of the month, I will go back to the big city and go to Aldi and refill like the snack basket, because those things won't last the whole month. Kind of fill in the blanks there. So come join us. Yeah? All done with your snacky? Good job. Step 1, the Save-A-Lot. Step 2, the market, which is kind of like a mom and pop grocery store. Okay, we're back. Mr. P trying to steal the nanas already. You want a nana? You want a nana? Okay. Oh, you're so sad. Was that better? Is that why you were crying? My man just hungry? Okay, so if you remember, the goal today was about $150, and we got pretty close. It's $142, and actually I bought a special thing too, because once I'd gotten everything, I realized I had a lot of money left in the budget, so I got something special for me, and I'll show you what that is. But let me go show you what we got at each different store, because in this particular case, splitting the stores is going to make a humongous difference in price, and I'll show you why. Okay, first up we have what we got at the Save-A-Lot, and like I said, most of that is going to be foods that are going to be easy for Sam to make for the little guys, while the big girls and I are gone at the end of next week. And so they have a deal there with these frozen pre-made foods where you get 5 of them for $23.50, which I don't know how they came up with that price, but that's the price. And so, hey, can you put that random toothbrush in the bathroom for me? Yeah, thanks. So I'll show you what I got. So we got some pizza rolls, we got some tater tots, chicken fries. I got 2 bags of those because little kids really like those. And then, so usually on Sunday nights, which today is actually Sunday, not Saturday, so I think I said Saturday earlier, but it's the weekend, I make pizzas, frozen pizzas for dinner, because I do not cook on Sunday nights. But I'm tired of frozen pizzas, and so is Micah. So I thought, well, we'll do some chicken fries for the kids, and I really want hot wings. So that's why I got those, but there's more to that story. So chicken wings. And then they had these for $1 each. They're mozzarella sticks, and I thought the kids might think those were cool one day, so I just picked those up because they were on clearance. And then I got a thing of cream cheese for a recipe I'm doing, and I got some coffee creamer. This all only cost me $35, so that went pretty far for, usually the frozen meals are really expensive, so save a lot really helps me there when I do need things that are frozen and really quick. And compared to what I would spend at the local market where I went next, I would have spent 3 times, not even kidding. Like, chicken nuggets at the local market are $9 a bag, okay? So saves me tons of money to make that extra stop. Are you trying to steal more, Nanas? Do you help? Okay. Then we went to the local market where we got a bunch of this stuff, and I buy fruit there because the fruit is always just excellent quality. 2 thumbs up and round of applause to whoever their produce manager is because they do an excellent job, and I much prefer buying fruit there than I do buying it at Aldi's where it goes bad so fast, or even at Sam's Club. So we spent a little less than 110 at the market. I think it was like 108. And we got all of this stuff. And so I'll show you what we got. So just your basic cheap old bread for sandwiches. Not exciting. Ivy used all of my dry beans for a project. And I always like to keep dry beans in the pantry. And dry beans are cheap everywhere. So I just picked up 2 bags while I was there. I have 2 cartons of eggs. Our laying chickens are not laying yet. They're still a little bit too young. The ducks do lay every day, but there's only 3 of them, so we need extra eggs. So that's my egg filling. I got some plain yogurt for me. Usually I make my own yogurt in the oven. I'll link that recipe below, but it makes a gallon at a time, which is a lot. And since half the kids are coming with me on a trip next week, I didn't want to make a big batch of yogurt and just have it go bad in the fridge. So I just got one. This is just a plain Jane cheapo yogurt, just because I really like yogurt and frozen fruit as like a snack or for breakfast. I told Isla she could pick out dessert, and she wanted pudding, so we got 2 little pudding packs. Because again, it's Sunday. I don't cook on Sundays. I'm not making pudding. They can eat it from a pudding pack. And while we were there, they had mac and cheese for 10 cents a box, limit 10. So I maxed that out because that's a really good deal. Do you need some water? Go get your water bottle. Okay. And then the fruit. So we got 2 bunches of bananas. I got lettuce. And there's some tomatoes back there and cucumbers. I'll make a big tossed salad and keep it in a big Tupperware in the fridge that we could use for a couple dinners this week. It'll all be pre-made. Cuties, because the kids love those. Apples and 2 things of baby carrots, which the kids also really like. No more snackies. I'm making dinner, babe. I got some extra lunch meat because if you watched my other grocery haul video, you noticed that when I bought the lunch meat at Aldi and got it home, I realized that it was gross. And so I had to throw that away. So we got Sam some lunch meat for lunch. That's not gross. And just a bag of chocolate chips because I want to make some cookies this week for me. And of course I'll share, but I needed more chocolate chips. All right, the second half of the wing story is that by the time I got to the second store, I realized that by the time I got home and finished filming this video, it was going to be like 6 o'clock. And if I was making wings from that bag of frozen wings, it was going to be like 45 minutes before I could actually eat. And so I'm feeling lazy. And again, it's Sunday and I don't want to cook. So I had extra money in the budget, so I splurged and I bought this little bag of crispy wings to go in the oven. This bag cost me $13. Complete ripoff because there's only like 8 wings in here. But I had the extra money. I really wanted hot wings tonight. So that's for Sam and me. That's my splurge. I got a whole bunch of frozen veggies. You need help? You're interrupting my video a lot here, little man. It's all right. Here you go. Just try to keep the freezer really stocked with frozen veg, because when I meal plan, I usually think about what the main course is going to be, and then I just put on the meal plan vegetable. And so I'll either pull something from the pantry or I'll go in the freezer and pull out a bag. I always buy things in duplicates because it takes 2 bags to feed our family dinner. So everything comes in with a partner, so I can just grab 2 bags. Frozen fruit for my yogurt, and Micah also just really likes to snack on frozen fruit. I have this bag of cheese that I needed for a recipe. I got myself a soda while I was there, and Guba's, because she was my helper today, she got to pick a special drink too, which is all gone. I got 3 gallons of milk, so we do drink a decent amount of milk for the size of our family, but we only drink milk once a day at breakfast, and that helps cut down on milk consumption. Because something that I've learned is that kids, especially little kids, they want milk all the time, but it actually can make them anemic because it can influence their ability to absorb iron. And since that kind of runs in the family and their iron levels were kind of low, one thing the doctor suggested was cutting back a little bit on the milk. They still get dairy, they get yogurt and cheese and things, but we only do 1 cup of milk today or a day, which also really helps with the budget because milk is like $5 or $6 a gallon. So, all right, and to finish it off, we got some juice because they were the kids were begging for juice. So I got some apple juice and grape juice, and I totally forgot to get orange juice, which is going to make Annie upset. So sorry, Annie, but I remembered everything else. And we always have emergency ketchup in the pantry because the last thing you want to do is make hot dogs for lunch or chicken nuggets and not have ketchup. And that's everything. I feel like that actually looks pretty good for $142 or $43, whatever I said. That's a decent amount of food. So splitting your trips between different stores, if you have the time to do it, can really save you money. Mr. P is so hungry, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here and make some dinner for everybody. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and we'll see you again soon.